he said something really interesting. He said, in order to be on stage, you kind of need to be crazy. Like, you need to be you need to be unique. So on this vacation, I actually forgot to bring a book. And on the plane, I watched that Bob Dylan movie, new one that came out. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and there was another one. But the Bob Dylan movie specifically was really fun because I actually really like Bob Dylan. Not necessarily as a human being. A lot of musicians that I talk to is a very popular guy, so I can only imagine what ends up going through your mind when music is a thing that you really want to do. But he said something really interesting. He said, in order to be on stage, you kind of need to be crazy. Like, you need to be you need to be unique in terms of your presence, how you make people feel. It's a really powerful sentiment. But he also spent a lot of time writing and perfecting his craft, you know? Bob Dylan won the Nobel Peace Prize or Nobel Prize in Literature, but he never showed up to the ceremony. Weird guy. But what I was thinking about was a quote that my English teacher told me in creative writing class in high school, which was, if you're meant to write, it'll come back to you. And I've been using ChatGPT a lot for strategy and really constructing the nuanced approach that I want to get to structuring out my trainings and all this stuff for the dental practice. And to some degree, I'm using the dental practice as a way to figure out how to scale anything. I figure if I can do it once properly, I can probably more efficiently do it in everything else. So what that leads me to is, if I'm not reading a book, I'm a creative spirit, and I've recently come across something where it reminded me of how much I love writing. Then perhaps over the course of the vacation, when I have some quiet hours, I should journal. Question is, do I have a notebook? And if I don't, what do I use as a notebook? And what type of things will I write? So I just had a coffee after a 3-hour nap. I think it's about to be 7 o'clock here. And we have a shuttle that leaves to somewhere at 7:50. So I'm hoping that we can get our butts to the hotel. That's why I'm snacking on these crackers. Because I don't want to slow down. I want to see stuff and keep it light and keep moving. I'm going to try to go to Amalfi this evening. Enjoy some time there, get back home, and then they have a shuttle service, or they can actually call a taxi to where we want to go next. And that one is Fascinato. So we're going to be out of here by 10:30 tomorrow morning. It's about 7 o'clock right now, which means we have about 4 or 5 hours to chill. So I'll see you there.
I think it was genuine.
So we're here in... Is it connected? Yeah, it is. So we're here in the Amalfi, literally the town of Amalfi, here on the coast. So we're here in Amalfi, the town of Amalfi on the coast of the Amalfi Coast. And we met a couple from New York that gave us a recommendation for this restaurant. One of them's a chef, so I figured I'd take it. And so far, amazing weather, absolutely beautiful. And let me just show you the restaurant itself. This is the menu, but very, very beautiful square here in Amalfi. My recommendation is that if you're coming here for a week or you have a significant other or something, try to stay in one of these small towns and really try to enjoy the vibe here as much as you can. Traveling around gets difficult when you are trying to have fun. So it's gonna be great. And I'll show some shots of nighttime Amalfi on the coast before we leave. Now the customary when traveling with mom, you gotta go to all the Italian shops and you gotta buy a bunch of stuff you don't need. What are you looking for? I spent a lot of my time going shopping with my mother and telling her what I thought my taste was, and she seems to value it somewhat, so I seem to be doing something right. For some reason, there's a lot of lemons around here. Their fascination with lemons is, but I assume they grow very well here. A lot of shops, a lot of yellow in the area. Oh, shop number 2. Oh, she likes something. Chances of her getting it, 30%. Yeah, for me, this is all just stuff that I'd put in an abstract painting. So style is very common around here too. Loose. For the record, most of the shops in Amalfi will close around 10 o'clock. You didn't find any lemons there? No? Or jellyfish? If you didn't believe me about the lemon, here's another instance of lemon. Apparently the locals don't even know why lemon is so popular, but maybe it's the color. I don't know. Fucking lemons, man. End of day one. So we saw Amalfi. We went to the beach. We actually arrived today, this morning, and starting to wear off the jet lag a little bit. But good day. And for the most part, really nice experience. I was thinking about this too, because I'm a single man. But for those of you that are interested in finding spouses that are obviously beautiful, Ty Lopez said something interesting in one of his posts. He said, if you're looking to find a spouse that's beautiful, you're going to have a higher odd of finding them in countries that are not the United States, because there's a lot of obesity in the United States and it might be hidden under layers of fat. So, it is what it is, but the reality is definitely a lot more beautiful women here than I've probably ever seen in any concentrated population besides maybe a city in the United States or in North America. So take it for what it is, guys. Go and find, and listen, I'm all about brain too. I get it, but you can have both. So end of day one, lessons learned. Europe will charge you for every little thing. So Amalfi to our hotel was about 10 minutes, and per person it was 20 euros, which is, I think, a 1.3 conversion rate. So just to take a 10-minute taxi, you're going to pay like $50. It's just a breakfast, another 25 euros per person. So, to some degree, I kind of understand the whole tariffing other countries, because they really do nickel and dime you for just about anything. Furthermore, I think it's about 10 o'clock right now. So we're going to head out. I got to plan some stuff for tomorrow for Posinato. And the request was that we end up staying in a more populous location. So I have to now go and do the research and make that happen. But absolutely beautiful place. And I'll show you the view here outside during the nighttime. Whatever you can see. There are lights out there in the darkness. Anyway, peace, guys. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. So a cool discovery is that at the actual port, when you take the ferry in, you can actually get people to store your bags. So if you're not going to stay the entire day in a specific place, they will store your bag until you come back. I think for 3 bags it was like 25 euro. So not bad. And they'll actually take cash too. We just paid with American dollars, and they took about $30 to store it. And right now it's around, I think, almost noon. So we're gonna come back at 5:30, catch the last ferry out to Sorrento, and then we're gonna chill there. And as it turns out, also Airbnbs, way cheaper than hotels here, probably for various reasons, but like I've probably said before, it's very, very important to realize that they will juice you if you are ignorant. So try to make sure that you don't end up doing that. But yeah, lots of shops around here. We're gonna get a good day of enjoying Positano. And now we're gonna go up to the church, and we're gonna go to the center of the city. There's an entire road of shops and things. So, and the tour guide also said that it doesn't give you a good estimation of elevation. So Google Maps, somewhat useful, but not entirely useful in terms of gauging what a mountain is going to cost you in terms of energy.